Welcome to another edition of the Paranormal Zone. I'm your co-host, Tom Spitalere. I'm here with Bob Mcdermott. We're back tonight. Hey, how we doing, Bob? Good? All right, the Paranormal Zone is a show set up for looking at different views of the paranormal, from the Wiccan to the UFO to the Bigfoot to the cryptids, and many different views and looks and likes. So tonight we have on Essex County Ghost Project tech guy, Bill Mills. Bill, welcome. How you doing today?
Great, Tom. Great.
Welcome, Bob. Bob, you there still? Good.
I'm still here. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Yep. Thanks, Bob.
All righty. So let's get started. So, Bill, how long you been playing around with, let's call them toys, for paranormal toys for tonight?
20 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Of course, I built up the equipment. I didn't buy it all at once.
No, that'd be a $1 billion process by the time we're done.
It's like $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah. Wow. So, Bill, some of the equipment you have is very intricate and very interesting. So, out of everything you got, what is the most interesting piece of equipment you have?
The S box that I just got. Okay, this is the S box. It's called the spirit box. It's for listening to the spirits on different FM and AM radio stations. It's the white noise that goes through it. Okay. This all has a sweep on it.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Bill is breaking up. I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
We're getting like maybe one out of 5 words.
Oh, can you hear him now?
Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up too. I don't know if it's me or not. You want me to jump off?
Can you hear us now?
I can now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Before you were breaking up, though.
All right. It might be the speakers on our end. Speak real close to the speakers, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
Still doing it?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Catching up tonight.
How about now?
Well, when you said it, how about now? Came through, right?
How about now?
All right. I think we got it.
Now you're breaking up again.
Interesting. Can you hear me loud enough?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear Bill.
Bill,
You're
come this way.
up in
We'll
between.
share this mic. It might be a microphone issue. I'm thinking. Yeah.
How about you got 2 of them?
Yeah, come this way. We'll share this one.
How about this one?
That's Bob. So come over this way. You and I should be able to talk loud enough.
All right.
Can you hear us now, Bob?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
All right, let's do this then.
All right.
All right, what the S box?
S box. So the S box got sweeping speed from 1 to 4. 1 being the slowest, 4 being the fastest. Okay. I want you to hear it. I'm going to put it on now. It greets you when it's on. Okay.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Now we're scanning to FM. Just want you to hear it for a second. I'm going to shut it off. Okay. That's the S box when it comes on. It's got AM, FM. I recommend using FM on it. This is one of the best things they got out. You can get this at ghoststop.com. Or you can get it cheaper maybe on Amazon if they got it. I haven't checked it. But I bought this at Ghost Stop. Okay. It does the sweep on AM or FM. Also, it does EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon. It'll do EVPs and then play them back after. Okay. So this does 2 things. It does the sweep on the radio and picks up EMFs. If you're like in a haunted house or in the cemetery, you can do that. I usually don't use this for EVPs, but you can. I have a voice recorder and a dynamic microphone, which I rather use than this. But this would be good to put on a portal. If you have a portal, you can put this on a portal too. You can usually they put the SB7 and SB11 on it, but you can put this S box on it too. Okay, this is one of the best equipment you can get for the price. Most of the stuff in the ghost stores are junk. Okay, I mean I'm not going to say which ones are.
Bill, approximately how much is that piece of equipment?
This is you can go from 78 to 100. I paid around $78 for this S box.
So that's attainable. I mean, for somebody starting out, it's not a bad investment.
Well, it's a little complicated. I would recommend starting out with the voice recorder and the dynamic microphone because it's not so complicated as this. This is much complicated than the other one. But if you just want to run the FM radio, you can do that. But the EMF and stuff, that's a little complicated. It also has a flashlight on it. If you forget your flashlight, you can use this as a flashlight too.
Wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, see?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's got a light.
Mm-hmm.
You can use that. If you forget your flashlight, you can use it. If you're in the dark in the cemetery, I forgot my flashlight. You can use this for it. Okay. Okay. I brought some other stuff if you want to know about it.
Yes.
Hey.
All right. Let me bring
Tom.
the
Yeah.
two other things.
It's breaking up again, Tom.
It is? Okay. Can you hear it now?
Let me jump off and see if that helps.
All right. And then,
All right.
yeah. All right. We just lost Bob. We're having all sorts of technical
All right,
difficulties.
try the other phone now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just use.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's Bob.
Yeah. All right. So we're working with paranormal equipment tonight in a very haunted place. So we're having all sorts of video and audio problems, mostly audio problems tonight. But that's what happens when you got a ghost in the machine.
Ghost in the machine.
So what else you got there, Bill? I'm going to try to get Bob back on in a minute.
Okay. I got some meters here I'm going to show.
All right. So some of the meters we use pick up different magnetic fields and different things. So let's get started with the first ones here.
First one is going to be the tri-field meter. It picks up electromagnetic fields, electric fields, radio, and microwaves. You can set it on each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is AC current. This is alternating current. All right. And then I got a tri-field natural. Now this one picks up electromagnetic fields. Also, but it's DC, direct current. This is the one you got to put down. You can't hold it, or it'll pick up the magnetic field around you. So the natural tri-field. What they mean by tri-field is you can put it. You don't have to put it in the direction where the field is. This is 360 degrees. These 2 meters will pick it up. The other meters you got to put in the direction of the field. I won't pick it up. If it's behind you, you won't see it. So you got to go around and check all around with it to pick it up. But this you don't. But of course, once you pick it up on this, if you go in one direction and the needle is down, you're not, it's not powerful. So you have to go in the other direction and wait for the needle to go way up. Then you know you're going in the right direction where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I got the ghost meter. Okay, this ghost meter makes noise, and it also lights up. Okay, you can hear it.
Yeah.
You can hear that.
Yes.
Okay, it's picking up magnetic fields in here, probably from the phone. So this is the ghost meter. It only picks up electromagnetic fields.
That's Bob. We're calling Bob back in.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Bob. We got it. I put you on the main phone.
Okay.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah.
All right, keep talking, Bill.
All right.
Okay, now we got the cell phone, the cell sensor.
Yeah.
This is another one, just like the ghost meter. It lights up and makes noise. You hear that?
Yeah.
You hear that good? It lights up and it makes noise. And it goes
Huh.
faster and faster the higher the EMF field is. Okay? That is a cell sensor.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the K2.
Bob, he's
Everybody's
going.
seen this.
The
Everybody's
K2,
seen-
Bob's favorite meter of them all. So Bob will have a few questions. for you.
Everybody's seen the K2 on TV. Okay. Now, when I use this, when I go in the house, I don't use this for EMFs. This will pick up. This will pick up other stuff besides EMF. Okay.
So what else picks up with the K2?
Yeah.
RF, radio frequency. It's picking it up now. See it light up?
Yeah.
I use this when I go in the house. I check for RF. My other meters are better than this.
Huh.
This is the K2. To me, I just use it for RF. Radio frequencies will pick it up. All right. You know, modems and stuff like that. I check the
Yeah.
modems in the house. And this will pick it up.
Really?
Let me see.
Well, we learned something new tonight, Bob, didn't we?
Yeah. I never knew that before.
Most people just use it for EMF. I use it for RF, radio frequency.
So when it's picking that up, Bill, does it act just like it's picking up an EMF?
Oh yeah, the lights will light up.
The lights will light it up. Huh.
Light it up. I know it's not EMF because
Yeah.
modems and stuff they give out our radio frequencies more than
Okay.
electromagnetic fields. That's why I know this will pick it up.
Oh. So I was always under the misimpression, I guess, that the only thing that set the K2 off was EMFs.
No.
Wow.
Your phone will set it off. If I called you and you had this in your hand, it would set it off.
Okay.
Radio frequency from your phone will set the K2 off. Okay?
Shut it off.
No, set off the K2.
Set it off. The lights will light up like a Christmas tree.
From your phone.
Like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, from the phone. Correct, Bob.
So Tom, just for our listeners' edification, so we're all on the same page. If we're doing a home, we're asking questions. The K2 is going off. How do we know if it's going off because we're getting an EMF, or it's going off because it's picking up an iPhone, for example?
You make sure nobody has phones. They shouldn't have their phones on. You should leave your phones in the car when you're doing an investigation.
Well, but if we're in somebody's home, we might not know what equipment they have in there. So I guess where I'm leading to, do you have to police what the people have in their homes before you begin the investigation?
Well, yeah, if they have a cell phone too, that'll set it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hidden.
Yeah.
Under a book or something, that'll set it off.
So we
Wow.
basically have to be
Not
knowledgeable.
only investigators, but the people that are in there too.
Right.
to set
Right.
it off.
Right.
So you gotta eliminate
Wow.
that.
So we have to be knowledgeable what everybody's got around and what's around us while we're investigating. That's the key.
Yeah, and what equipment's around?
I wouldn't use a K2 for ghosts. I use the voice recorder and the dynamic microphone.
Yeah.
Most radio recorders they don't have a dynamic microphone because they're too big and they're expensive.
Right.
Well, they're not really. They're like $30 to $40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have the small little capacitor type of microphones. All of them do. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you hook up a dynamic microphone, it's better because it has two pieces of metal in it, and that magnet goes up and down.
Yeah.
It picks up the voice.
Huh.
It
Oh,
picks your voice up and something that wants to talk. Of course, you can't hear it until you play it back.
right.
You won't hear
Right.
the voice. But when you play it back, if something's there, like somebody might say hi or whatever, you hear it.
Right.
You play it back.
Yeah, right. Right.
Now here I also got here electrostatic meter. All right, picks up electrostatic. If there's any electrostatic, this will pick it up.
Okay.
It also
And
makes
because
it'll tell
because
you the
our
direction
list.
the electrostatic's coming from. It'll tell you the power of the electrostatic field. It's got lights up top, red. Of course you can't see it.
So Bill, just so our listeners get at least a picture in their mind what that looks like, tell us what happens, what lights light up and so forth on that piece of equipment.
All right, on the meter, it's got green lights on the right side, green lights on the left.
Yep. Okay.
If those light up on the left, it means it's coming from the electrostatic is coming from the left. The green lights on the right light up, it's coming from the right. And up top is red lights. The more red lights light up on the top, right, the more powerful the electrostatic field is. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
Electrostatic fields will cause poltergeist activity. All right?
Huh.
Something like table floats. You got a hanky or tissue or something. It starts floating. So this will cause it. Electrostatic fields will cause poltergeist activity. You think it's a poltergeist, and it's actually electrostatic field. That's why we check for electrostatic fields in the house to make sure we want to eliminate that. If anything happens in it, okay? We also got I got the radiation detector. This radiation detector checks for alpha, beta, and gamma rays and X-rays, okay? And I check for that for radon in the cellar, especially if you've got a cellar. I'll go downstairs with this meter and check for radiation, for radon. Which, if there's a lot of it in it, it can make people hallucinate, and you'll see things and hear things that are not really there because of the radon gas that's in the house.
Right.
It seeps through.
Right. So that's kind of similar to a radon detector.
Oh no! This I can tell if it's alpha, beta, or gamma. Alpha is radon. Alpha particles are radon. Beta particles.
Okay.
And the other one is radiation. It's not radon. So I can eliminate if it's radon or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I can use this. See if UFO lands and it takes off. I can check for radiation from the saucer. If it lands in the field, I can check with this.
Right. So tell me, how long, Bill, how long does radiation last? Let's say a craft is landed in a field. How long will radiation last?
It could last a month.
A month? Wow, okay.
If it rains, maybe it'll wash it away.
Right.
It'll wash it into the
So what? Yeah, weather would impact it. But if it was a normal summer evening for a week, and we went out with this detector, we could pick up radiation.
Well,
if it was there.
If it landed and it took off, yes, we'll find it at the site.
Right.
Somebody
Okay.
sees it land, it takes off. Right. We'll find it.
Wow.
We'll find this with this detector. Now this shows you it makes noise as the radiation gets louder. It gets louder and louder as the radiation goes up. And it also makes a sound, so you can hear it too. Okay.
Right.
This.
So, yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
If let me just ask a hypothetical question here. If somebody was abducted,
Okay.
came in contact during the abduction with radiation aboard a craft, would this piece of equipment read that off of their clothing if we got to them within 24 hours?
Yes.
He said yes.
Yes, if they got radiation, most likely it's going to be beta particles.
Yeah.
The, spaceship. It's not going to be gamma.
So that.
It's not going to be gamma rays.
Okay.
Gamma rays is underneath. The only way you can get gamma rays is underneath the saucer. That'll cause gamma rays. Because it ionizes the air and causes gamma rays, right? When it's coming out. The electromagnetic field causes gamma rays. Because it ionizes the air and it becomes radioactive. Usually gamma rays.
Wow. Okay. That's a great tool to use, I think. That tool to me seems to have a lot of different usages.
The tri-field regular will pick up the electromagnetic fields too. Okay?
Right.
So if the saucer takes off, it's going to have gamma rays, it's going to have electromagnetic fields. It could have electrostatic too. So I could check with electrostatic meter. I got 3 meters here that I can check with. Also, my thermal flare. Now, if this thing lands and takes off, right, the ground's going to be darker than the surrounding, the flare.
Correct.
Okay.
So when I look through the flare, it's going to be darker than the surrounding. It'll be round too, because usually a saucer's round shape.
Yeah.
Pick that
up. Huh.
Now, this over here,
and Bill, how much is that piece of equipment?
This radiation is $300.
300. Okay. All right. That's still reasonable.
Yeah, I also got a carbon monoxide detector, especially in the winter when you go down in the cellars. This will give you a temperature, and it's 25,000 parts per million. If it goes 25,000 parts per million or more, this alarm will go off. There's carbon monoxide in the cellar. Okay? Not everybody has this, but they should. They should have. Especially in the winter, when everybody has a heater. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So that serves a couple of purposes, actually.
Now, I imagine some people have meters in the cellar for carbon monoxide.
Right.
But some don't.
Yeah.
Some don't. That is true.
Yeah. Detectives, correct.
Fire alarms or smoke alarms. They don't have the carbon monoxide. Or the radon gas either. It's inside. Okay? Let's see what else.
All right.
Oh, the millimeter. Here's the millimeter. This is second to the tri-field. First is the tri-field, then the millimeter, and then the other meters are last.
Right.
This millimeter gives you the temperature, Fahrenheit or centigrade, or Celsius. Okay? Give you the temperature, and then give you the EMF. Usually if it's 0.8 or over, I mean, it's not really bad, but you wouldn't want to stay there a long time if it's 0.8 or more. Other than that, like that, you want to get out of it.
All right.
You want to stay 8 hours with 0.8 EMF fields all around it. Now the place we checked in Salem, we did an investigation here. The things were off the chart. Electrical fields were off the chart.
Oh.
Yeah.
So does that present a health?
RF and the electrical fields were off the chart. The guy sat there for 8 hours getting bombarded. I wouldn't sit there.
Oh.
That was upstairs, and then down inside his office. It was high. Electrical fields and radio frequency fields. Okay.
So they could create a health problem.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, the kid said he was hearing things. So that could cause you to hear things and see things that are not really there, too. It's high. And this was high.
So it could cause hallucinations.
Yeah. So I had the conclusion because his son said he was hearing things. I figured he's sitting there for 8 hours. He's getting bombarded by radio frequencies that are very high. Too high, actually. Because my meter is off and it tells you if it's 50 volts or more, it's bad for electrical fields. And then I got it set for 10. on the radio frequencies.
Yeah.
It's over
So
time.
if somebody is abducted and their memory is a little shaky as to what happened, or they're having hallucinations afterwards, it could be caused from their exposure to this, correct?
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Tom.
Radiation can
Yes.
cause you to hallucinate.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time Bill and I go on an investigation, I learn a lot more. Bill's a great guy. He's one of the best tech guys actually in New England. If not,
Oh, there's no doubt that. Yeah, no doubt he's the expert in New England. I think just what you've just said, Bill, opens up some real questions about abductees, frankly, because as there are gaps in the story, and I wonder if it's because of the blast they're getting from these gamma rays could be causing them to be distorted as to their memory.
Yeah, I mean, gamma rays can't be good for you in the first place. I mean, it's very dangerous. I mean, gamma rays, if you get too much gamma rays, you can turn green.
Yeah. Well,
Look what happened.
Yep.
I mean, this is fictional, but look what happened to Dr. David Banner.
Right.
For all of us remember the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk, correct.
Yeah.
But one of the things that would be interesting to look at is people that have been abducted and exposed to this, do they then go on to have health problems later on in life? I mean,
Possible?
I mean, this is a big possibility that needs to be tracked.
High EMFs, high radiation, that'll cause a lot of health problems later. Exposed
Yeah.
to that for, say, an hour or two.
And the radiation may not affect aliens, right? Because we don't know their DNA makeup. They may thrive on radiation, aliens, like we thrive on oxygen.
That's possible.
Right? I mean,
I haven't heard anything.
we don't know that.
That's
No.
a possibility. But
Yeah.
Usually the radiation's underneath the ship.
Yeah.
Underneath the spaceship is the radiation. You can get the high EMF fields, high radio frequency fields. You're going to get the gamma rays. All underneath the ship, not inside. Inside
So
there's no radiation.
Is radiation caused as a byproduct to burning fuel?
No, it's from electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
Electromagnetic fields
Okay.
ionizes the air. It rips the molecules apart in the air, and it causes it to be radioactive. And once it's radioactive, it starts giving off gamma rays.
Right. Which could be caused by a spaceship or a vehicle coming through the atmosphere at great speeds.
Well, if it's high up, it's not going to get you. Usually, it's when you're on the ground, right?
Yeah.
I've seen people in the desert, and one of the ships go over, and they said, "What does it sound like?" It sounds just like a humming.
A humming, yeah.
Fields would do. They'll hum, right? It was, I think it was two
Yeah.
girls in the desert. The ship went over them, and they started losing their hair and stuff too. After, because they were
Another side effect to that.
Yeah, the electromagnetic fields cause the hair to fall out of their head.
Yeah.
And they didn't say anything about the gamma rays. Electromagnetic fields, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go straight down, straight into the ground. So I wouldn't want to be exposed to that. You heard
Right.
You hear spaceships going over a car and it conks out everything. The radio goes out, the car stops, and then when the thing takes off, everything goes back to normal. Radio goes back on. So that what's happening is the electromagnetic fields from the ship is draining the energy out of the battery. Not all of it, but
Which
some of it. Everything conks out.
which we've heard in reports of visitations and abductions, the car radios, car lights, car batteries. I think, Tom, you're an expert in the Betty and Barney Hill abduction.
Right.
Didn't the first thing that they identified that their lights on their car was flickering or their battery was flickering or something?
That is true. And also, there's a great story, and now this links to it even more. We'll talk about this tomorrow night when we have Tom D'Agostino on the live show tomorrow night, which we'll get to at the end of this show. Out on the route where the hitchhiker was seen. Route 30, what's that route down in Rhode Island goes across the border? Route 38? No. I forgot. Route something. Route whatever it is. This couple was driving through listening to the Red Sox versus the Yankees in this small town. Right? And it was like in the early 80s. So I forgot who was up the bat. Let's just say the Red Sox were up the bat and Carl Yastrzemski's at bat, right? All of a sudden, the radio went out and Babe Ruth's up at bat. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with radio frequencies crossing over. Because obviously Babe Ruth has been long gone since then. And Babe Ruth's batting for the New York Yankees when the other one was batting for the Red Sox.
So similar to a time machine, somehow that went back in time.
Correct.
In a live broadcast.
Yes, went back. 40 years or whatever it was. I don't have the story in front of me to give you the exact on that one, but I just remember it.
Wow,
I found that
that's interesting. Yeah, we got to look into that and get that story. Tell our listeners that story.
Yeah, we will. We'll get that. I know when I had Tom D'Agostino on, I think we talked about it because he just finished a book on what is that route that goes from New York to Rhode Island. It's an old truck route. I can't remember the route number though.
I can't recall it.
Yeah, I can't recall. The book just came out too, which we'll talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about on the live Halloween show tomorrow night. On another, not this podcast, but on the Paranormal News Hour tomorrow night's 2-hour live broadcast. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night.
So Bill, for our listeners that are just getting into the paranormal for the first time, and don't have a lot of money to spend, what pieces of equipment would you recommend they buy, not only so they can learn quickly how to use it, but so they can save some money to start off with?
All right. First thing you want is a voice recorder, of course, to record EVPs. You need a camera, a regular camera. Later you get an infrared, but right now you get a regular camera to take pictures. And you get a compass.
A digital.
Digital camera. And you get a compass. And if there's any magnetic fields, that will show it. Okay?
Right.
Like I was telling Tom about this woman. She's driving down the highway, and this drone was following her. It was dead. She was going like 60 miles an hour. Then it went in front of her. And it turned blue.
Wow.
Right? And this is the rain. She just got the car like 2 weeks ago. It's brand new. And then she went home and she started getting headaches. She was feeling bad. So she called me phone up. All right? These two rangers that patrol the area in the desert there, they told the rangers to go check with a compass on the car. So the rangers went and checked with a compass, and the compass was crazy, spinning around. So there's magnetic fields in the car. Also, out of nowhere, he said, check the filter in the car, the oil filter.
Yeah,
so
the oil filter.
Out, right? You know what's in the oil filter?
What?
Sodium nitrate.
Sodium nitrate.
Right. I guess they knew because they had the cars checked. Sodium nitrate. there's millions of compounds, but in the filter was sodium nitrate. Now, sodium nitrate is used as a preservative, like in your bacon, your meats, your deli.
Right.
It's also used for explosives and fireworks. Use sodium nitrate.
Oh.
Now, what the hell is it doing in the oil filter? How did MUFON know that? That's what I want to know.
So what's your best?
Is why did MUFON know that? Why did the aliens put it in the oil filter? That's what I want.
So what's your best guess?
The only way I can think of something like that is they could, in a fourth dimension, they could put in like a poltergeist. How it takes tools and tools disappear, and then they appear somewhere else. That's the only way you could do that. You'd have to dematerialize the sodium nitrate in the filter. All right? Oil doesn't turn into sodium nitrate. You have to put it in. I mean, they didn't come down, take the filter off, put the sodium in it, and then put it back. I mean, that's nutty. So they had to dematerialize the sodium nitrate into the filter. And I imagine MUFON had found many cars, just like the woman happened to her, found sodium nitrate in the oil filter. Who knows why? But that's what they found in it.
Wow, that's interesting.
The last time I asked anybody that has a chemistry background like me, get in touch with me to figure it out.
Yeah. It's just that's bizarre. I have no answer for that. I mean,
sodium nitrate. All right, Na.
Yeah.
Sodium is Na. Nitrate is NO3. So you got NaNO3 inside the filter. Sodium nitrate.
And nothing inside the gas tank.
Nothing in the gas tank, no. But everything, she said after everything started to go in the car, she had to get rid of the car. Because whatever radiation stuff that came from that drone destroyed the car. So they had to get rid of it, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, because everything's going in the car.
That's really bizarre, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, the alternator went, and then the spark plugs all melted down and everything. And she had to jump in a brand new car.
So something in that nitrate that they put in the oil affected the whole automobile.
No, it was the drones from the magnetic fields that caused all that problems.
Okay.
From the drones, when the Rangers saw the compass go spinning around, they knew it was magnetic. MUFON knew it right away. As soon as they said, because he told them to look for it, and that's what they looked. He said, "You're right.
Wow.
Magnetic fields are very high, and the compass was going whack, spinning around. So the whole car was infected by magnetic fields from the drone."
Wow.
Yes. I don't think the magnetic field put the sodium nitrate in it. No. I mean, the Martians, or whoever they are, put that in there.
No, electric fields are probably one of the worst things we come into in the paranormal, UFO and anything like that. I mean, when those magnetic fields are that high, you got to worry about everything from hallucination to the worst case scenario if you're living a too long cancer.
So you get brain tumors.
Yeah, brain tumors. I mean, it's not fun living in a house that has high EMF. There's no joke behind that.
You get glioblastoma, which is a brain tumor. Worst one you can get. It's a death sentence. Usually it's 6 months. 6 months or less.
And that's why when we talk to abductees in the future, that's why it's so important for us to track data. Data even being 4 years after you were abducted, how was your health? 6 years, 8 years, and so on and so on. And be able to track from abductee to abductee what health effects they're having as they grow older.
That is very important, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it drives back to what they're being exposed to. Mm-hmm. And it's possible, Tom, the stories that you, myself, and Bill have heard about abductees, one of the things we hear is the probing is the the body check and the measuring of this and the measuring of that. I wonder if it's because they were abducted before and they're measuring the results of some of this stuff.
That could be too. I mean,
right?
anything's possible today.
Well, it is. Yeah, it really is. And that's why this research becomes so important, that we start to track this to lead to some sort of a conclusion. Because frankly, Bill, MUFON, we know, MUFON is not going to come out with the right answers. I mean, they've had
MUFON has been
years to do it.
MUFON has been infiltrated by the deep state. So you can't trust MUFON today. Because the deep state is
and
they want to
there's certainly
that's why they don't want to
and there's certainly some rumors that they're being funded by
deep state
or / government, however you want to define it as.
Deep state will tell them what to say. And they have to tell them.
What we know is the people that are doing the funding are the people that are going to control the data and the conclusions.
Right. And lie to the public.
Right. Exactly.
Which they have been since Roswell, been lying to the public. We all know that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been going on all the way back to Roswell, and maybe even before Roswell.
Yeah, but there was not that before Roswell. There wasn't that much. We didn't have TV. We had radio, but not the TV yet. TV comes out.
Right.
So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, after Roswell, it was publicized on TV and radio. So everything went wild. Now, what I want to talk about now is propulsion systems. Okay. Now, when you go to the library, if you want me to come in and talk about propulsion systems of the ships, I can do that. Okay. First one is the quantum field engine. Okay. The quantum field engine is in space. There's a lot of. It's not really empty. It has a lot of energy, and this quantum engine will pick it up and use it to go to the speed of light. Okay, which I'm going to talk about. Now, if you have a quantum field engine, all right, you can go to the speed of light. It'll take you 4 years to get to the nearest star. Okay. Then you got the warp drive. Okay. That will take you to the nearest star in 2 days. The warp drive.
Wow.
Then you got the jump drive, which not too many people know about. All right, that's almost instantaneous. If you're gonna jump, you can have a warp drive and a jump drive together, or just a jump drive. That will take you to Alpha Centauri in less than a second. Boom, you're there. 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're in Alpha Centauri in minutes or in seconds. Probably half a second.
Right.
You're there. Okay?
Right.
Then you got the wormhole drive. That will do the same thing as a jump. Okay? If you're in a wormhole, that'll take you there in half a second or less. Just like the jump drive. Okay?
Right.
Now, we figured that the aliens have a jump drive and they also have portal. They have a thing to make portals. They're not going to wait for a portal to open up and go in it. They're going to make their own. You know? So they can make their own portals and go into the portal and go wherever they want in the universe to the portal. Okay? And by the way, if you control gravity, you control space and time. And you can go back or forward in time with it. If you control gravity, which they control.
I agree with
gravity.
that.
So they can go backwards in time and forward in time. That's why sometimes you see instantaneous. You see it 1 second, and you're gone. You're going to the world. Somewhere else. Okay?
Right. So if they have the ability to go forward in time and backwards in time, is it possible they can go backwards in time and change the outcome of time that we're in right now?
Well, what happens is you're going to be on a different timeline. You're not going to affect right now. You're going to affect.
Yeah.
You're going to affect another timeline. Back in time, not this time.
Yeah. Okay. So they can affect the timeline. Or we think this is all hypothetical, but we think the hypothesis is that if they go back in time, they can change that timeline. Or if they go forward in time, they can change that timeline.
That'll be like a parallel universe with another timeline.
Correct.
It's not going to be here.
Correct. A multi-dimensional universe.
Well,
Correct.
if you go back, they say some universes they have Hitler wins. Okay.
Wow.
It's always the
Wow.
opposite. He loses here, and another universe he wins. Now, how do we know about dimensions? We know mathematically they exist, but we never been to another dimension. All right?
Right.
The reason we
Right.
know this, indirectly we know there are dimensions, is particles come into this universe and then they disappear.